Welcome to Xtra, presented by VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter. Very censored. You can follow Xtra on Twitter at Xtra VDG. You can follow Xtra on Twitter at Xtra VDG. Check out the website xtra.vdgsports.com. There's a YouTube as well. Like, subscribe, share, or do what it is that you do there. This episode is not, I repeat, not sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com is where you can keep up with me, my well-being, my hot takes, my cold takes, my torrid takes, and everything in between, and my socials. And that's social media handles and not my actual socials. That's VinceDouglasGregory.com. Noobs, thank you for giving me an opportunity. Thank you for giving me a chance. That's all I can ask for. That's all I can ask for is an opportunity, a chance, even if it's a 10th of a second or 100th of a second or 1,000th of a second or maybe a minute. It does not matter. Time is valuable, and you chose to spend that amount with me. I'm grateful, and thank you. Regs, we back at it again. Regs, we do this almost every day. Regs, it feels like it's every day. Regs, we have this special bond. We don't have a name for it. We don't know what to call it, but it is what it is. It's Manny being Manny. This is the no judge zone, and we do what we do. We do what we do, and it's time to go. It is time to go. And that's start, go on. I didn't know how to come off of that, but to say start and go on. I have been growing personally. And Regs, you know this. Noobs, you don't have a clue, but I will give you the cliff notes. I'll give you the Vince notes. I had a huge problem with customer service where me being on hold and all the other shenanigans that they played, I let it bother me. I let it raise my temperature. I let it raise my temperature to a degree that I wasn't prepared with. You get it. I'm noticing another kind of personal growth as well. I used to be somewhat bothered when people said this because my mind went to a certain place. My mind went to completing the question and giving an answer and not actually paying attention to the facts and not actually just letting it be and letting it go and moving forward or looking at it from a different direction. It's one of those, but I'm just going to go with looking at it at a different direction. I used to be a little bothered by this. Now I can say I finally reached the place where this can be said, this will be said, and I look at it as a compliment. I look at it as something to be proud about, something to just hold my head up high and talk and speak with my chest when I'm speaking about this or when I'm answering a question or when I'm giving a reply. I'm saying it with my chest now because I am proud and I'm honored because I'm looking at it from a different point of view. Finally, I'm on a deeper level of thinking about this now. It took me a while. I know, peeps. I don't know it all. I'm not perfect. Perfection is something that I don't strive for anymore. Perfection is something I don't strive for anymore. I just strive for the best version of me, and getting there Getting there is a cycle. Getting there is a challenge, but it's okay. It's the best version of me for that moment, for that given time. And no, I don't move the goalpost because there's no point. It's me. There's no point. It's me. I finally reached the place, the area where I can look at this from a deeper level. I can experience this from a deeper level. I can know just about every which way that this could possibly go from a deeper level. And I'm not going to lie and say that it was because of experience. I've been dealing with this for a while. And if it was just because of experience, I would have reached that experience point decades ago. If it was just experience, I would have reached that experience decades ago. So I can't call it wisdom. It's a level or levels above that. It is levels above wisdom. But does wisdom play a part? Maybe getting there, wisdom plays some part or what have you. But in this in particular, no. Maybe some outside factors contributed to that. And what I speak of and what I'm talking about before you pull your hair out and before you say, just say it. Just say it. What are you talking about? I don't care. Tell me. Well, relax. For one, because this is a chill zone. Go ahead, relax, kick your feet up, look at the peeps next to you, nod your head, and just go to your happy place. And while you in your happy place, allow me to tell you. Now that you're in your happy place, and if you're not, I would know if you're not telling the truth or not. So just go ahead and go to the happy place right now. Go ahead and go. Okay, you're there. You ready? I used to be a little bit irked, a little bit bothered when people would say, oh, you dressed up today, or oh, you dress nice, or oh, you dress whatever, and some compliment. Well, I would always look at that as a slight because I was thinking, or my way of thinking at that moment or at those the instances and times. No, this isn't me dressed up. This is me being regular. This is how I normally dress. This is how I normally look. I don't dress up, or I don't dress up for this event, or I don't dress up for this, or I'm not dressed up. This is just how I regularly normally look. Well, it took me many years. We can just throw decades and put an S, decades, before I finally got to the place where I am now. And that's why I say personal growth. Personal growth. Now I'm viewing this. Now I'm seeing this. Now I'm experiencing this from a different level. It's levels to this. It is levels to this. So instead of me just being a little irked, being a little peeved off about, no, this is how I normally look. Now I'm levels above, and I'm thinking of it in this way. This is how I normally look. And if you giving me compliments or taking shots or shade or all of the above about how I regularly looked, imagine if I did dress up. If I'm getting compliments about how I normally look or how I normally dress or how my normal attire, imagine if I actually was trying, or imagine if I actually tried. The conversation or the compliments or the shade or all the other stuff would be on the level, or it'd be extremely high. it'll be extremely, extremely high. And it'll probably just blow minds. It will blow minds. It's like, whoa, I can't think anymore. Whoa, I don't know what to say. Whoa, what can I do? Whoa, and what have you. And what have you. Because if this is just the regular dress up, if this is just the regular, when I do get GQ'd up for events, or when I do actually try for events, then it'll be something else. So I'm looking at it from that perspective as, okay, fine. If you think this is something special, well, something special must be a different word that means above and beyond special. So thank you for the compliment. Thank you for the compliment, but you should see me. You should see me when I'm actually, and this is what I'm saying. My inner monologue. Sometimes I'll say it out loud because the inner monologue is broken. Sometimes I say it out loud because the inner monologue is broken. But this is what I'm saying. You should see me when there is a special occasion, if it was something for me to attend or something for me to do where I have to actually adhere to a dress code. And then there was the notion, if this is how you regularly look or how you regularly are, when are you in your comfy clothes, or when are you comfy? That is me being comfy. That is me being comfy. I know it's hard to take. It's hard to understand, but some people are carefree and go through life just not caring about anything and just no worries. Oh, everything's rainbows and butterflies and unicorns. And some people think, some people rely on knowledge and rely on knowing things and rely on intuition and rely on processing information on a regular. And that's what they do. And then there's the in between, because you can't do or be that all the time. You can't be the other all the time as well, carefree. You know, there's stress related things that come about. But for the most part, to just make this easier to digest and just put it in a 2 or 3 legged system. Since that is the case, that person that's on the level of always intaking information and processing information and doing stuff, basically like a computer, but not a computer, because humans are better. Humans are better. I can't say the same about cyborgs, but I'm not going to go off on a tangent on cyborgs. You know how I feel about cyborgs. And if you don't, I suggest you go back and review the historical documents. And no, I'm not a cyborg, but I could have been, or I might be in the future. Currently now, ATM, I'm not. You're welcome. You're welcome. And it's not that me not having comfy outfits or comfy stuff that I have on. It's just that the normal stuff that I'm getting compliments for, the normal stuff that you would say is dressed up, is what I say is dressed down in comfy out attire. Yeah. And I just made sense. If you still can't understand or choose not to, I will try this again. Maybe slower or maybe at the same speed. It depends on how I feel when it's coming out. It depends on how I feel when it's coming out. Dress up to you is dress down to me. Dressed up to me is probably not even registering with you, and that is okay, because do you, I'm going to do me. I sing, I dance, I make my chest pop in a G ride. My comfy attire equals what you consider me dressed up equals your dress in your comfy attire. Basically, when you do see me, that's me in my comfy attire. I don't go out and get things just to appease the masses. I'm comfortable in my own skin. Yes, I know. It's not a popular opinion, but it's the truth. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I don't need the validation one way or the other. It was just the point that I couldn't really truly understand why I was being asked, why am I, dressed up or this and that. But now, since I'm levels past that and on a different thinking plane, I'm okay with that. And I really don't care, because I know that this is my comfy stuff, or this is the comfy stuff. And the dressed up is something completely different. So I take it for what it is. I keep it moving. I go on to process the rest of the information I need to process throughout the day. Yay, processing information like a champ.